Hi, good morning everybody and welcome to P.E.H Pueblo and Mark Bayer's YouTube channel, your YouTube channel, self-help and spiritual enlightenment. What does spiritual mean? Everybody runs when they hear spiritual. Well, I can understand why. A lot of people use the word spiritual in sometimes not so nice ways, you know. So spiritual to me means happiness, it means living and working in the heart, it means giving, sharing, and it means empathic. It means that you start to feel things for others as well as yourself. Spiritual means the awakening within you and with everything that you see in and around your life at any given moment. It means an awareness. So that's what spiritual means to me. It doesn't mean sitting under a tree or going into a kibbutz or meditating for 6 days without eating or drinking. It certainly doesn't mean anything religious, not that I have anything against religion at all. It just means that the highest form of awakening is yourself, rather than reading or watching videos or like this, you know, awakening within yourself. Although books and videos are wonderful to help awaken all of us, the true path of spirituality is when you realise that you are your answer. You have all the answers within you, and you have all the healing within you too, and rightly so, because today's video is all about IBS, which is irritable bowel syndrome. There are more and more and more and more and more people suffering from the stomach than ever, and the reason why that is in my humble opinion, is that there is more stress in the world than ever before. There is more... there is a more need. There is a certain kind of energy that makes us feel anxiety. It's when we wake up, it's through the day, and it's even when we try to sleep. It is a force that is so powerful that holds us in this very, very frozen energy. So it's hard to move forward. It's hard to think. It's hard to even envision a future of happiness, because this energy I talk about is fear. And fear is very much part of society. It is ingrained into everything that you see and watch on mainstream media. Everything in the newspapers, everything on your telly. It is geared up to have fear attached to everything that they do. Terrorism, that's one. Buying power, you must buy, meaning you need a handbag, you need your new phone, you need this, and you need a house, you need a mortgage, you need a car, you need a new car, you need to keep up with everybody else, you need this, you need a better job, you need to grow faster in your job, and you need more money, and you need. And all of a sudden you start to realise, my God, when you become more aware of this and you start walking a path of spirituality, you realise that everything outside of this room, if you ever come here, is completely wrong. We've got it all wrong. But I've said it time and time again, a very few amount of people in this world who create this fear are the ones who are multi-billionaires, who make money from all of this fear and everything that they've planned and we've bought into. Yet, we are awakening to this and we're realising that that's not what we're chasing anymore. That's not what it's about anymore. We're realising that mainstream media is just a circus. It's just an advertising campaign of pure evil and fear to separate us, to keep us frozen, and certainly it doesn't want us to think for ourselves. So we're breaking free from that. The TVs are being thrown out of the windows now. Did you know that you are more likely to have a grand piano fall on you while you're walking on the streets than a terrorist attack? Yet we are so fearful of terror attacks because of the way mainstream media and this manipulating energy force feeds us to fear everything. There are good and bad people in this world, no matter what, and that is nothing to do with terrorists in the sense of religion. It is just bad people. People who have been brainwashed to believe one thing or another, and they act on this bad energy, this fear energy, this anger energy. There are bad people in this world everywhere you walk. You can live next door to somebody who's not so good, but yet you can, 6 months later, you can meet that very same person, next door neighbour, and they can be really nice. So change is always there for us all. It's there. Anybody can change. So how do we bring change into the world? Well, the only way we can bring change into the world is by stop selling fear. So for 12 years, I have been spreading love. And you think, oh, well, that's not going to stop terrorist attack, and it's not going to stop, politicians. No, it's not. But I don't want to stop that. What I want to do is enlighten the whole of the world, you and me, to become stronger, to clean our doorsteps, and to be the best we can be along this journey. So if I can help one of you today from feeling happier and clearing the fear, then I've done my job. I'm not here to fix the world, because the world isn't about being fixed by one person. We can only fix the world one person at a time. That's you and me. And we can pass that knowledge and love on to our children. So I'm a proud father of 2 amazing children. So I've done my work. So when I leave this world and move into the spirit world, I can smile and say, I know I've done a good job. I didn't force feed anything on my children. I just acted the way I acted. And through that, they saw that and became that. There is a saying about you want your children to be better than you. That never happens, because what your children normally do is act out what you do. So they follow in your footsteps. So you can tell them all you want what to do, but they will watch you and they will be part of you. It will be their energy. So I took that from my dad. I knew I got a lot of bad stuff from my dad. Anger and all sorts when I was younger. And pain and suffering. So I realised that, very quickly, that if I wanted to change the pattern of my father, if I wanted to break the mould of my father, I would have to be the better person. So without forcing, without telling my children what to do, I worked on myself. And then my children saw that and felt that and became that. So if you want to know how to help the world grow, you have to be that change. I'm sure you understand that already. See, we were actually talking about irritable bowel syndrome, and it's 8 minutes. I'm not going to be able to do that, am I? I'll make another video on irritable bowel syndrome. Okay, well, I suppose this message today is a loving message, which is for you and I to spread the love that we do every day. No matter how difficult life is, no matter how painful it is, if you're in a wheelchair, if you've just lost a child to the spirit world, if whatever has happened to you, let me tell you something today, my beautiful angel. We can heal from this, and we can grow stronger, and we can let go of the past and the pain and the suffering, and we will see a happier ending of life. If you're in so much pain because you've lost somebody, you don't get better. Life just changes in a different way, and then eventually you see all what you needed to see. And in the end, the connection between the spirit world and yourself is utmost important for me. So when my mum died when I was 12, I lost all faith completely. I didn't believe in anything. How can somebody take away my beautiful, beautiful mum and leave me with a dad who abused me? And I can understand people saying that, like you may have just lost a child. My God, how can there be a God? How can there be, and how can this happen? But when you walk a path of spirituality, when you've done this work for 12 years like me, you start to see things and hear things and feel things more than you would normally do as you just work every day. You start to feel the bigger picture and see the bigger picture and realise that there are two worlds, and that our spirit world works side by side with us, helping us. Why do you think synchronicities happen every day to you? They are there and they do love us, and whether you believe that or not doesn't matter. I know, I just know. We don't die, we just go home. And this, my dear friends here, this isn't home. This is a real challenging place where all of us have to work very hard to find our inner strength, our power, who we are and why we're here. That's the journey. So I often work very hard to communicate with our home as much as possible. And the only way I'm ever able to do that is when I'm in the flow or alpha or whatever mode you call it. You know, when you're driving in a car and you get from one place to another and you go, oh my God, geez, how did I get here? Well, that's called alpha mode. That's called the spiritual mode. That's where I try and get into. It's where you're completely safe. So when you're in the car, you're safe. No, how could I have got from there to there and driven? It's because you're safe. You're fully sensed. Everything is working, but you're in another place. So you're in two places at once, and that's the place that I work towards through meditation, through eating healthy and exercising and clearing my fears from my life as much as possible. So we work towards the connection of spirit or home, and I do that daily because then I get information that flows through that helps me where I need to be. Because spirit always whispers to us. Your family are always there around you whispering, and sometimes you can smell them, sometimes they can like drop a beautiful feather in front of you. Not always, but sometimes you go, oh my God, that feather's come for a reason. You can hear a piece of music and so on. The connection of spirit is beautiful. It really is. I could go on all day, guys, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna leave you now. I want to say thank you to everybody from my heart to yours for making this YouTube channel so special now. I'm gonna cry, so I'm not gonna, because so many good things are happening right now. I can't believe what's happening. And it's not about me. It's about how the message is being spread and how many more beautiful people are awakening. You know, this morning, Tony, I got your message. I know, and I'm so happy that you have overcome what you've overcome. And even if I've helped you with one single thing of one of these videos, then I've done my job. It isn't me, my dear friend. It's the messages from spirit. It's what I've just been talking about, the connection of alpha. When you are in that flow, then messages just come through your heart, and you speak on this beautiful divine energy level that you forget very quickly. So I don't know what I say, to be honest. I walk onto a stage wherever I go in the world, and I just bring a candle and I start to speak to the crowds, and I've no idea what I say, just like these videos mainly. I was meant to talk about irritable bowel syndrome. Look, I have to write it down. So, because I just don't work with pen and paper because I've got dyslexia and dyspraxia. So I know they're just words, but it means that I'm not good at writing, but I am good at channeling now because I've worked very hard at it for 12 years. I spent 3 years of my life, believe it or not, doing this work freely in Tickle Pink upstairs. I opened my doors to anybody with cancer, and I was healing people or trying to help them. Heal is one thing, but what I mean is helping them along a journey. I didn't heal anybody, really. You don't do that. That just doesn't happen. You just help people along a journey, and if for some reason somebody comes to you and says, oh my God, my lump's gone down to nothing and I don't have to worry anymore, then that's not what it's about, really. But it's nice that people, you know, feel the benefit of healing. I think what I'm trying to say is that when you walk a path of a healer, you walk side by side somebody, and you are not there to fix, cure or do anything like that. You're just there to hold their hand and help them along a journey. So their path is their path, their time is their time, and if they're here for another 10, 20 years longer, then that's their path. And if it's time for them to move home, then it's a blessing, because moving home, trust me, my dear friends, when we all go home, we will like take that deep breath and realize that how amazing home is, and how challenging this place can be sometimes. There is another world. There are two worlds. There is a veil between these two worlds. It's very thin. And if you're able to communicate, or if you're able to at least still yourself, you sometimes can capture a glimpse. Sometimes you can hear or smell something. Something just happens that you go, I can't explain that. And do you know what that is? That's called personal faith. That is one of the greatest reasons why we're here. Personal faith means that you and you alone know with your hand on your heart through an experience that you know that there are family in the spirit world around you at any given moment, watching, loving you and helping you as far as your path allows. We all come to experience things that we sometimes cannot stop because it's part of what we asked for when we came here. Okay, I love you all. I will promise to do irritable bowel syndrome in the next few days. But from my heart to your heart, thank you guys. I just can't believe what's going on at the moment. It's amazing. Love you all and keep strong, guys. Do you know what I want to do? I want to send you all this abundance that's happening around us all now. Take some of it. Grab it now. Close your eyes. Grab some now. Miracles happen, guys. Miracles happen. Just open your eyes to it. My greatest word when I heal is thank you. And the reason why is because the miracle's already been done. I say thank you before anything happens because I know they love us and take care of us. So today, make thank you your greatest word and mean it with all your heart, and then get ready for the miracles. They will appear. Love you all. Have a great day, guys.